So I'm a fan. I remain a fan. I still think it's a great fucking deal. I'm excited for it.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
Hey guys, I hope you're all having a fantastic day today because we're going to be talking about something that is not so fantastic, and that is Xbox's Game Pass price increase. Now, I made a video yesterday, at least at the time that I'm starting the recording of this video, where I responded to a guy who is damage controlling the Xbox Game Pass price increase, and well, it looks like we have another one to respond to. But the thing is, this time, it actually comes from a somewhat well-known YouTuber by the name of Jaffe, who used to work on the old God of War games. So I don't want to keep you guys here for too long with the intro, so let's hop into it. So here is the video we're responding to. I mean, just take a look at that thumbnail, dude. $30? I'd pay more. With the title of the video being Game Pass, why I still love it, even with the price increase. Now, when I first saw this, obviously, it just ruined my fucking day, dude. I mean, seeing that thumbnail actually pissed me off, but then I realized it would make for some pretty entertaining content, so let's go ahead and hear him out.
So Game Pass has obviously increased their prices across the board. Game Pass Ultimate, which is what I've had, $20 is now $30. We were always expecting price increases. Every subscription service goes up.
Yeah, that doesn't make it any less shitty when it happens, and it doesn't change the fact that we have the right to be upset about it. I mean, we all expect politicians to fuck us over, but we still get mad when they do it.
But I won't be canceling. I want to just talk about this briefly and tell you why, for me, Game Pass still makes a lot of sense. Obviously, the deal's not as good as it used to be, but there's still a deal to be had. I tweeted this yesterday. I took it down because I got it wrong. I was assuming when Xbox tweeted all these games that all of these were coming to Game Pass. Then someone's like, no, that's not the case. That's why I took it down, because I'm like, holy shit, they have Battlefield 6, they have Little Nightmares 3, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 Remaster, all these coming to Game Pass. Turns out that was not the case. So that's why I took it down. And of course, someone's like, you could say the sky is blue, and Jaffe would find a way to be a contrarian.
I mean, you're going on the contrary to the popular opinion. And the popular opinion in this case is a very reasonable opinion. That being that people are upset over the Xbox Game Pass price increase and that they think it's a stupid idea. And let's face it, you have a bit of a history with being a contrarian. I remember you complained about Metroid because I think it was either too hard or he didn't know where to go. This guy has come out and tried to defend Dragon Age the Veilguard. Like, you have a long history with saying things on the contrary to the popular opinion.
I'm not being a contrarian, Anthony is back. I'm just saying I've always loved Game Pass. I still think it's a great...
You're not being a contrarian? Yeah, I highly doubt that, because you're coming out when everyone else is upset at Xbox for doing this Game Pass price increase and being the one guy defending them. You can still like Xbox Game Pass and pay for Xbox Game Pass without being a contrarian. The contrarian part is you putting out the stupid tweet defending them.
Deal. For a long time, I was assuming that the reason Game Pass was so appealing to me was because I do a lot of streaming and I play a lot of games and I try a lot of games out, so it made sense.
Now, I want to bring a point up here. You see how he plays games on stream with Game Pass? He's basically making the money back he spends on Game Pass anyway by streaming and getting YouTube ad revenue and donations. Whereas the average person just wants to play video games and there's no sort of monetary incentive for them, so obviously it's going to be a harder sell. Now, I know this video here is just him speaking from his perspective and why he thinks it's still worth it to him. But when you make tweets like this, and you make videos like this, you are sending Microsoft a message saying it is okay to do these price increases, which then fucks over average gamers.
But when I actually went to my play history, and let's go back basically a year, and I won't pick old games that I went back and played, like Starfield and stuff. So new games, Expedition Mudrunner, I'm guessing prices here. I don't really know. I'm going to be conservative, but Expedition Mudrunner game, I would have purchased that. That was $50. Indiana Jones, I'll just put that down for 60, again being real conservative. Sniper Elite, I would have bought, I'm going to put that at 50. Stalker, I would have bought for sure, I'm going to say that's a 70. Again, some of these small games like Snow Riders, yes, I would have bought, but I'm not really including those for now. I definitely would have bought Rematch, but I don't know what that costs. Let's just say it's 30. Doom, I definitely would have bought, I'm going to say that's 70. Ninja Gaiden Black, probably, but only for like 30, so I'm going to put that down for 30. And then Call of Duty Black Ops 6, of course. I've been playing that all year long.
You know, that actually explains a lot. Call of Duty player having a bad take? I couldn't have seen this one coming.
That's 70 bucks. And then coming up before the year ends, we've got Ninja Gaiden 4. That's another 70. And Call of Duty Black Ops 7, that's another 70.
Oh god, this guy's actually gonna play Black Ops 7? Look, I get what you're trying to say here. Obviously, you play a lot of different games, and therefore you think Game Pass is worth it to you. But most people only really play like 3 AAA games a year. And when it comes to indie games usually go on sale a lot more than AAA games, and if you know when to look and where to look, you can snag them for very cheap.
Which brings a total to basically $700. Or you can pay Game Pass and you can get for the year, it'll be $360. And that also includes all these other games you get that I would play, whether it's something I've been curious about but really haven't had the time, haven't wanted to waste the money on something like Hogwarts.
You play Call of Duty all year and you want to call Hogwarts Legacy a waste of money? Oh my. But to address his actual point here, I get what he's saying. He's trying to say that if you play all of these games in a year, then obviously it's cheaper for you to go with Game Pass for half the price to still play the games. But the truth is you don't own the games in that instance, and in all reality, most people are not playing that many games. Because unlike you, most people don't have hours to sit down and stream a video game. They have maybe an hour or two after work and then they're off to bed. Like even me, myself, I don't have the time to play through that many games. There are 3 AAA games this year I enjoyed. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, Doom the Dark Ages, and, well, hopefully we can add Ninja Gaiden 4 to that list. So if I'm only interested in those 3 games, me actually buying the games outright is cheaper than a Game Pass subscription, and I actually get to own them.
Or whether it's one of these smaller games coming, like the Lighthouse game from Double Fine, or Annapurna's game Mixtape that I've been looking forward to for a very long time.
Bro, how many people are actually looking forward to Mixtape?
That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stink.
And because it is, you know, quote, psychologically free, I'll probably also try out Outer Worlds 2, and I'll be able to stream that, or I will eventually get around to Silk Songs.
Do yourself a favor and play Silk Song before Outer Worlds 2.
So $700 compared to $360, which is basically you're saving half of what you would spend. Yes, you would own the games, and I know that's important to some people who watch, and I respect that, I get that.
You know, at least minor props to this guy for addressing the argument of owning games.
But because I don't really care about those things, I don't really need to own the games. Once I'm done with Ninja Gaiden 4, I probably will never go back to it. I don't need it on a shelf somewhere in my home.
I get that, but at the same time, a lot of people can't afford to play new games, so they stick with Game Pass, and now they're raising the price of Game Pass to the point where it's unaffordable for a lot of people. And you're basically just making a video saying, yeah, I don't fucking care, doesn't affect me.
So for me, that's why. It's still a staggeringly good deal. The number of games I listed are like 12 games. It's a new game every month, basically. And those are the big games, like AAA games or whatnot. The Call of Duty, Ninja Gaiden, what have you, every single month.
Yeah, but how many AAA games are actually good these days, especially on launch?
Yeah, if you only play 3 games a year, it makes total sense not to go with Game Pass.
Yeah, and I'm glad he addressed this point, because that's most people. Most people don't have the time to play through 5 big games a year. A lot of people will spend months on a single game before moving to the next game. Like with me, I remember playing through Bloodborne for the first time. That took me about 2 months, and that's not even getting the platinum, that's just playing through the game for a couple hours a day.
But for people who watch these videos that I make and are part of our community, it's kind of hard to imagine that you're not picking up a new game every 2 months, every 1 month.
But you can't look at it through the lens of like these hardcore gamers. You have to look at it from the lens of the casual spender, the casual gamer. And most casual gamers are not picking up a new game every month to 2 months.
So again, I'm not trying to sell you on it. I'm just trying to explain, because people have asked, what are you going to do? What do you think about the Game Pass increase? And I think the Game Pass increase sucks. It always sucks when things get more expensive. But it's pretty easy for someone like me, or even if I'm just buying the AAA games, to go, it's still a great value value if you don't really care about collecting.
I mean, I don't know why you couldn't have just left it at it sucks. Like, yeah, the price increase sucks. That's what I would have said. Especially considering no extra value is added and Xbox just did a price increase not even 2 weeks prior to this Game Pass price increase. And that one was on the actual hardware, on top of another price increase that happened early this year. Gaming is quickly becoming unaffordable for a lot of people, and you're making this video basically saying, well, I'm fine, so I don't give a fuck. Like, it's just such a tone-deaf video.
So I continue to be a big fan, a big supporter, and it has absolutely nothing to do with me being contrarian. Anthony is back. It has everything to do with me going, that's a great deal. And it's exciting. It's fun to always tune into Game Pass and see what they're dropping any given day.
Yeah, it turns out this time what they decided to drop is a price increase right over our faces.
So I'm a fan. I remain a fan. I still think it's a great fucking deal. I'm excited for it.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
And that brings us to the end of his video. I mean, yeah, really bad, really tone-deaf video to make when a lot of people are really upset. You know, a lot of people are struggling to get by. And he puts out a video, well, it's a great deal for me. I mean, yeah, I don't really have much else to say. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you didn't, you can leave a dislike and an angry comment. And yeah, I'm out.